Hi, this is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny. Sometimes Colorado. Today is Thanksgiving, November 27th, 2025. And it has been a year. It's been a long year. There's been a lot that's happened. There's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and we're all here and we've all survived. Thanksgiving is one of those days where in America, we try to bring everybody together, people we like, people we don't like. And we try to find a way on that one day for people to set those things aside and be a family and have a conversation and genuinely have empathy for each other to see how the family's doing, how the friends are doing. There's always some wedding to talk about. There's always some funeral to talk about. There's always some graduation. There's a lot of news, especially if you have an Italian family, as I do. My mom had 5 brothers and a sister. So there's a large group of people there. We recently had a soft fork in the Cardano ecosystem and a long chain reorg. The good news is we've recovered and recovered stronger than ever. But we've had other forks as well, social forks that are philosophical in nature and ultimately have created differences that at times felt like irreconcilable. Everyone has grievances, and we all have sins as well, myself included. And for my part in all these things, I am sorry. You know, at times I can be a rigid and principled person, and at times when I see things that I don't like, I get angry about it. And that approach can work sometimes, but oftentimes it fails. And the reality is that in disunity and division, this ecosystem cannot succeed, regardless of philosophical differences. The times ahead are going to be difficult because our industry as a whole has to fight for the soul of the world. The times ahead over the next 5 years, there's going to be 2 philosophies in the cryptocurrency space. One philosophy is let's just rebuild Wall Street, make it a little faster, better, and cheaper. But the fundamental control structures, power groups, and philosophy behind having the middleman rule your life will be preserved. The other philosophy is let's fully embrace the vision that Satoshi Nakamoto gave us that came from the cypherpunks and came from people who are free thinking, who said that no entity should be so powerful that they get to decide your freedom of association, commerce, and expression. No entity should be so powerful that they get to decide how the world's economic, political, and social system should work. Rather, we all together will work as one to figure that out. No one person greater than the other. We cannot, as an ecosystem, and an ecosystem of ecosystems, assert that we can deliver such a future to humanity, the latter, if we can't work together ourselves, regardless of our differences and our disagreements. So within our own ecosystem, which is what we have control over, we have to come together. So what we did, thanks to the hard work of Philip from Emergo and Fami from the Midnight Foundation and Jack from Intersect, is we came together today to have a discussion about how all 5 entities, the Midnight Foundation, Intersect, Emergo, the Cardano Foundation, and then IOG, can work better together for the greater good of the Cardano ecosystem. So in the coming days, weeks, and months, there will be proposals, and that's for another time in another video and another discussion. But here on Thanksgiving, I'd like to say that I am optimistic that we can find not only a way to work together in the short term, but a permanent governance structure where the entities can work together for the greater good of Cardano as a whole. The reality is that the future is ours to earn, ours to win. We have layoffs coming. We have Hydra starting to wake up with Delta DeFi and other applications. We have amazing innovations like Starstream. We have great ecosystems like Midnight leading the tip of the spear for the commercialization. And we have Bitcoin DeFi to open up completely new markets. If we work together in unity as one voice, we can correct the things that need to be corrected. We can fix the problems that need to be fixed, and we can aggregate enough capital to be able to get through this period of time in Cardano's history, which will then leave two choices. Do people want to work with an ecosystem that has the ability to do great things for the greater good? Or do people want to return to the days of Wall Street? Do people want to return to the days of division and centralization, the days of control? I think Cardano, Midnight, Bitcoin, and the others that have the philosophy of unity and the philosophy of inclusive accountability and the philosophy that everyone is equal, that intrinsic philosophical superiority will win the day. We're the good guys. Every day we wake up and we fight for every person to have a seat at the table, even if at times it's been difficult to get them there. And even if at times we don't want them there, we realize they have a right to be there by the fact that they are human. So, by popular demand, we cleaned up our mess. We came back together. The coming weeks, there's no doubt going to be some griping. The coming week, there's no doubt going to be some social frictions. There's no lost love in many circles, and there's some anger, and understandably so. Harsh things were said, harsh things were done, and there's bitterness. But we cannot move forward if that is all that we talk about. And we cannot assert that we have the right to lead if that's all we talk about. So from my point, I'm not going to talk about the past anymore. And I'm just going to talk about the new governance structure moving forward. And for my part, if what I have said is hurtful or harmful, or you feel it's unfair, you have my apologies. Do understand it came from a place of passion and love, but do also understand that I am aware enough to know that what we do and say can be hurtful and harmful. I want this ecosystem to succeed. I want Cardano to be the largest cryptocurrency in the world, and I want Cardano to be the cryptocurrency that runs the world. And I recognize that every day we have to wake up, reset the day, try a new strategy, try a new approach, try to find better and new allies, and try to take the allies that we have and make them better. And we have to start with ourselves, and all I ultimately have control over is myself. So my approach has to change, and this ecosystem's approach has to change. I still have absolute faith in the design decisions made, absolute faith in the scientists that got us here, and absolute faith in the engineering that got us here. And every now and then an incident occurs that reinforces that faith. What occurred recently with the soft fork was not a demonstration of the failures of Cardano. It was a demonstration of the strengths of Cardano as a whole. No other proof-of-stake system could survive an attack of this nature without physically shutting the chain down and having human beings manually reset the chain and restart it. Only because we had a Nakamoto-style proof-of-stake algorithm, and only because of the remarkable protocol engineering, were we able to organically recover without significant disruption or loss, and do so in a way that Genesis is still preserved, and do so in a way that all the infrastructure and tooling is still preserved. This has happened to Bitcoin more than 3,000 times. Orphan blocks happen again and again. And the chains find a way to reconcile when there's competition. Occasionally, this means people lose Coinbase awards. And occasionally, this means that certain transactions get dropped. That's the magic of what Satoshi designed. It's a feature, not a bug. It creates this internal resilience that a network, no matter how hard it's hit, has a mechanism to recover to the longest chain over time. And the network will heal itself. Cardano taught me something that I'd forgotten, that no matter how big the fork, there is a way for two chains to become one. And today we figured that out. So in the coming weeks, coming months, you're going to see announcements, collaborations, pictures, joint efforts, and a reset in all the relationships. And we're going to move forward with one voice to get what we need done in 2026. There's a lot of stuff on the menu. There's a lot of work on the menu, and every single entity has to do its part. The young new ones like the Midnight Foundation, the ones that have a lot of collaboration but dissonance like Intersect, the ones on the outside like Pragma that need to be brought tight into the fold because they serve a critical role as well, and the old guard, Emergo and IOHK and the Cardano Foundation. We all have a part to play alongside the community as a whole. And you know what? This time next year, we will be 10 times stronger than we are today. And I already feel like we're pretty strong today. So to all of you listening, if you're in America, happy Thanksgiving. To all of you abroad, this is what Thanksgiving's all about. We all brought some turkey today, and we all had the chance to enjoy it, eat it, and figure out that what holds us together is much stronger than what drives us apart. Thank you so much, and God bless.